Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Glaciercano here today to play some more Fallout 4, and this time on the Xbox Series X for the amazing 60 FPS of Fallout 4. Oh boy, never seen this game looking so good. But, yeah, since the last time you saw Joanna and Mr. Roboto in their crazy adventures in the Commonwealth, and, well, I guess Far Harbor and all that stuff, too. I've been playing a bit of the Vault-88 DLC thing, because, like, all the DLCs were on sale for super cheap at one point, and I'm just like, yeah, this seems like it would be a pretty cool thing to try out, and just see what I can build, and, so that's why I was thinking it's time to show off what I like to call the best party vault of minimal privacy. You'll be able to figure that out of why I call it that very, very shortly here, but I was thinking, like, you know, as with all vaults, it's best just to start with the door and make your way in, because it just seems so nice and welcoming, seeing the Vault-88 welcome home, and just a bunch of turrets directed toward the door. Because, I mean, you never know if there's going to be a bunch of super mutants coming in here to try to attack us or something. Still, speaking of which, the Starlight Drive-In's under attack. That might also be something I'm going to be showing off a little bit later in this video, but let's just get to things, because unfortunately, I do have a security desk here. My security guard, he's hiding somewhere around here, but maybe we can find where Mr. Ringo Starr is hiding, because still, for some reason, he kind of looks a little bit like that to me. It actually just was a really weird coincidence, but I mean, it's amazing. Trust me, it's uncanny resemblance, but yeah, usually he's sitting here with his unused ashtray and his clean coffee cup.
For 200 years would drive even a robot insane.
Yes. Well, luckily enough, at least these people haven't been. It's been mostly refurbished and redone very soon and recently. But as always as well, when you come into a vault, you have to make sure that you have your vodka, your wines, a big glass pitcher that you can mix it up. Ah. Well, that's just gonna be the way things are now. I'll fix that later. But you also just have to drink it out of a large beaker, just so you can make sure you measure your intake. It's very, very important. But I've also been, like, recently getting into, like, all of the electrical signs and, well, a bit better wiring, just because, like, I don't know, it's nice having a bit of continuity within the regular universe of Fallout, but also just knowing where you are. Definitely a security kind of area. But I actually even managed to get a decontamination arch working. I'm so proud of this, because, like, you know, regularly when you go on this side, I think when you're coming into most vaults, like, you should be getting decontaminated when, I'm just gonna turn that off. When going through. Luckily enough, I'm just always very minimal on the radiation side anyway, because of my perks, but, yeah. And of course, going into the Overseer's office here, it's always open, despite the fact that the sign isn't really showing that indicator right now. But, if you ever need to, you can go on to this power cycle and give yourself a bunch of buff out for some reason. Because, these experiments that you actually do within this vault, they're pretty intense, I gotta say, and that's another reason why it's kind of along the lines of this being the party vault, which, still, like, we'll be able to see just around this corner here, but also just, like, I like just following all of this, long lines of power cables everywhere, because that's just the way that things kind of go in this universe here. But, yeah, here it is. This is the main entranceway. It's a big, huge, open cavern with a ton of beds everywhere, and for some reason, this one security guard.
How high the vault numbers go. Never thought I'd be an honest-to-goodness vault dweller.
Well, the numbers don't go high enough. But, yeah, they all just sleep in this main area here.
Is it true what they're saying?
Well, I guess since they all kind of wake up at the same time, it's... I don't know, it's probably kind of very fitting. They don't really have an alarm or anything. It's kind of just weird that they figure it out that sort of way. They all have very similar internal body clocks. But I'm glad, if nothing else, too, that I managed to, like, have everybody in vault suits.
Here, not out there.
Oh yes, this is the most fantastic of vaults, of course. But yeah, I've managed to kind of pretty up things a little bit. I actually even have a couple stores with even a disciple's cutlass on here, just so you know. Like, if you ever want a weapon, this is the place to go. Same with, like, I even managed to get a little bit of like a display case going next to my armor station too, because I was thinking, like, this is kind of the vault from far around everyone comes to both party and also to have their, well, the finest in weapons and technology. Which also, let's actually go through this door back here, because this is actually, oh, this doesn't even have a door on it. I think it's just because of the lighting that I wanted. The lights don't work if you have a door on it. But this is like the little back alley where we have our very fancy poster, and also a toilet, because if you're in the back alley, sometimes you just gotta go, and you have something to look at while you're there, or also, well, I mean, you have something to look at through here, which is still just like the shop area, which would be really awkward if you're just like standing here, just like trying to buy something, you just see somebody right behind on the toilet, underneath a spotlight, but it's the best kind of way. Also, I'm not too sure why Clem is kind of just sitting on here. This isn't your job, Mr. Clem, boy. But, yeah, this is kind of more of the industrial area, I'm gonna say, in quotation marks. Because, like, right behind the shop, it doesn't really fit together perfectly. I wanted to use an elevator and make an elevator to get to the top, but it didn't work as well as I hoped, just to, like, snap everything together. Like, the elevator still works, of course. Uh-oh. No! Almost crushed myself. I'm glad I moved out of the way quick enough, but let's go to floor 2. Good thing you got in here at the perfect time, Mr. Roboto, or you would have had to take the long way. But, yeah, I have a little bit of a second floor to this area, too. It's mostly just, like, an overseer kind of area, even though it's not even, like, technically overseer, but you know what I'm saying. You just kind of, if you want to see what's going on in the entire vault, just kind of go up to the upper walkway, which is all nicely railed off, just so you don't accidentally, like, fall into all the mutt fruit plantations down here. Yeah, and also I made sure that that one person, Anne, is living here when, like, I just randomly found her and just like, oh yes, come with me, you can live in one of my various settlements, and I just kind of threw her in this vault because I thought it would be funny. I'm just trying to, like, collect everybody here, because this is the place. Like, we even have street lights, oil lamps in the middle here.
No, please no. No knock-knock jokes.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, like, this is a new interaction that I haven't seen before, and I... Oh, yeah. Well, still, speaking of party vaults and whatnot, I might even just, like, jump down just to get to this quicker. There's just too much to see all at once, and I just get distracted by the
it keeps making weird
settlers talking. Oh no, it's supposed to click like that. The more clicking, the more likely you are to win, right? That's the way it works. Just gonna close this door, just for the sake of things, because luckily enough, like, you can actually put wires directly through a closed door. It's yeah, no, just don't worry about it. It kind of, they're magical wires. It's a thing in the Fallout universe. But yeah, it's just so cool that I even have, like, a working elevator here. But the other way, if you don't want to take the elevator, there's both stairs on the back there next to the casino area, and also up this way, which I think I might as well kind of go through this industrial kind of part and go upward, because there's just too much to show. Like, this random detail of a bear above a Bunsen burner. Don't ask, don't tell. Oh no. This lady is doing awful experiments of just burning bears while playing chess. Oh, the bear manatee. But I do really like as well that you can just like put all of these like propaganda posters up and stuff like that. Because it just seems like it fits so well within the whole like Fallout universe lore, and it just feels right. But actually, before I go up these stairs, I probably should show off this underside area because, well, as much as this is a wall there, still nothing ever fits and like snaps perfectly to my liking, so there are some little bits and like little cubby holes open, but most people don't pay attention to that, no. Although I think this place would be really fun to play hide and seek in. I mean, I just gotta say, even if this one main area is very open, it's still by design because it's like, it's an underground city. You know, it's the perfect vault that you could ever hope for, filled with lots of happy times at the bar and their little casino area. But actually, what gun is this? Plasma-infused heavy sniper rifle. Oh, that's the best. But yeah, I just like having random weapons decorating the walls too, because it adds a certain feel. And in case there are any people invading us, we can just quickly grab that to save the day. And also pommel horse them into submission, because like, look at this thing. I never even knew that you could have these things in the game, and then the one time I put it in, and then I realized, oh, if you try the animation, it just goes on forever. Like, look at this. I don't even think there's a way of like skipping it or like canceling it until it's finally done. But hey, it gives you an agility boost, and it looks really cool and hilarious when you just see a random vault person just doing a pommel horse, just for the fun of things. But yeah, we just have some very fancy seating here and whatnot next to our TV. Just, you know, you never know if they might actually come back on, so you gotta have it on at all times. Just in case there's some very fancy cooking shows that appear on the airwaves out of nowhere. There's also, over here next to our TV area, we have our stereo filled with pre-war money and pipe pistol. Also the new Squirrel, tape 2 and 3, because I don't think I ever found tape 1. But still, this vault, as I was saying, it's kind of a collection, but it's also kind of, I don't know, it's my pride and joy. But like going back here, this is just kind of like the exit of the vault. You know, if you ever want, you can just kind of walk around and see what there is to see back here. It kind of leads back to the shop and also like the hallway toilet, or like the back alley toilet. I don't even know what you would want to call it necessarily. But I just love having these hydraulic doors. It really still, everything in this game for the building, it just adds to the atmosphere of just like be able to create your own vault, and it's just so awesome. I love it. Put so much time into this, especially when you have honey waffles on a green lit wall. Oh man, could only wish to have such delightfully green and delicious waffles. Also, I made sure like all the water fountains are like at face height basically. It's absolutely perfect. I only just wish that water fountains were more like this in real life, because of the fact that like most of the time you have to bend over all the way basically, and it's just like just gonna hurt your back trying to get water. Oh boy. But yeah, we have a soda fountain over here which has various weird chemicals in it that make them like crazy high and whatnot. Like, look at this guy. Like, I don't know why that was one of the options, of just like spiking their drinks with whatever, but like, you know, they do have some weird interactions as a result, and I love it. But still, it's the party vault. Oh, and also somebody's having fun with their lottery down there, their slot machines. But yeah, this is also like their like one of their kitchen areas. So it's like, you know, you come here, you get your soda that still tastes like rainbows, and you can just like hang out here also next to our really nice food trays. Like, look at this. We even have souvenirs. That's like an uncommon thing. But I also have like this little walkway up here too, which I love that kind of connects it all. Even if it is still a little bit off, because, you know, most things snap together, but when you try to build in a non-logical way, sometimes you gotta put some fish, and mostly just to distract the gap, because, you know, things happen. But, yeah, same with the fact that this can't really be a wall. However, it just kind of means that it's easier for wiring to get through, because, I mean, would you rather have a wall or lights? And just, like, prettiness. I'd rather it just be nice in my own way. But yeah, we even have, like, a doctor kind of person here. I think that's what she is. Or I think she's more of a plastic surgeon. I'm not even too sure, but this is, like, the clinic walls. And this is also partially their bathroom, in a way, because, I mean, you come to the clinic, you get checked out, and then you have your bath right here. We only have 1 bar of soap and 2 bathtubs for everybody, but at least this cat can stare at you while you're getting all lathered up. So it's at least a nice, calm and reassuring area. But also there's just randomly rat poison on the counter there. See, because like that's the thing, is I just like to put as many just random details around as possible just to make it feel as lifelike as possible. But yeah, I'm already back on the top layer as where I was before, having my walkway. But if you go over here, well, this is kind of an unfinished area. This is where I'm gonna be building something through this doorway. Not entirely sure what, but there's definitely a lot more that can go over here. But for now, at least, you know, people can still hang out in their chair, do their weekly or daily. I'm not even too sure when we'd get to these Boston Bugles, which look forever old. But you can do your crossword puzzles, and you get your Nuka-Cola Quantum. It's a very nice, calming area up here. After a long day of working the mut fruit plantations, you gotta come up here and relax. But also, this is just like an overseer window thing, but it works as a doorway, like perfectly for me at least. This is kind of like the back area for somebody is a scavenger, I think, that somebody is actually like tied to this. But I like never see them back here, unfortunately, because like this would be such a cool little like place to work and live. You have a nice clock next to your scavenger work desk, and well, there's also this little guy on the wall. I love those mutant hounds, like as a trophy on the wall, just for their tongues that stick out. It's just so perfect. And also, there's just random more fish, because you can never have enough fish from Far Harbor kind of drying around. I mean, you probably need more at some point or another. I don't know who keeps opening up this door, but essentially through here, there's not a whole lot. Like, if you've actually played the Vault 88 DLC thing, you'd probably recognize that, like, down here is just, like, part of the regular map. But it's probably worth it just to show that, like, holy crap, you can get a ton of, is this, like, water power, I think? You just need to, like, still have a couple generators, but it gives you an absurd amount of water, and it's definitely worth it to just have this pumping station down here. So, like, I mean, I feel like I need to dress this area up a little bit more at some point, too. I was gonna try to, like, fit some of the pieces of the vault through this doorway, but, like, I don't know if it really even does fit through these kind of tunnels, because they're just off shape. So, either way, like, it's something to be thinking of at some point. Hello there, Mr. Ringo Starr. See, look at him in all of his glory. I think he, like, appeared one day with these sunglasses on, and, like, I gave him the vault suit, and he just seemed like he needed to be, some sort of security guard for me. But, yeah. I don't know if you see the resemblance, but I still think he looks like Ringo slightly. Here is our barber shop area, right next to the casino. You know, sometimes you just got to get your hair done up all nicely to get lucky on the slots. That's the way it works. In multiple ways. Don't know. But, yeah, it's nice also having some extra chairs around here. Sometimes the vault dwellers like to just kind of sit here while they're eating. It's a very nice place because then you can be watching your Please Stand By TV and have a projector, because that's how it works. We project it onto the screen directly. Oh, that's like twice the technology in one. It's all you could ever hope for. But, yeah, we actually even have a sign that this is the barber area. And if you are, if there's a lot of people getting haircuts, they all just kind of sit in line up here. That's at least the kind of the idea. Also to the point that there's a park map pamphlet that you can just kind of read through. Just trying to fix it, but, like, still, I'm just ruining all of my details by accidentally, like, pushing things around. But at least, if you're sitting there waiting for your haircut, you can have a bit of a nice breeze. Ah, man. Also, here's a bunch of cameras, just in case. Because you never know when you might need to also have a bunch of pictures. And this is their backups. Because, I mean, still, they've damaged a whole bunch of cameras, clearly. And also their workout area. Because I think maybe that's why they have the cameras there, because it's just like everybody's working out with their weight benches, and then you just grab the camera, and it's just like really awkward, but in the best kind of way. Yeah. Over, well, next to all their beds here in the main, like, open street area is also where they have a very fancy comic stand. Because there's like, these are maybe not all of the comics that I've found, because I think I found some more, but like
that rhymes with great. How about perambulate?
Wait, what? That's perfect. This is gonna be the greatest rhyming scheme that's ever existed. But like, still, this is just kind of more of their library, I guess, than anything else. I feel like I need to add more to it at some point, too, but that's still just all about more exploration first before I can obtain more items for that kind of thing. Like, this is also, as I was going to say before, too, is that, like, if you played the Vault 88 DLC, you'll recognize this bit, too, because this was actually here to begin with. I thought that it would be funny just to leave the Overseer's little, like, trailer that she has, so like she still sleeps at this bed at night, then walks all the way over to the Overseer place, but it just seems a bit more fitting because the Overseer gets a slightly more private bed than everybody else that just sleeps in the main place under the stars, so to speak, because we have some very nice lights above us in the cave. But yeah, this is also a nice place that you kind of can go from the kitchen and sit here and read your newspapers, or even have your very nice breakfast here, which this area always gets completely destroyed. I didn't mean to pick up that bread box. I thought they just opened for some reason. So I was just gonna be like, yeah, look at this, there's even bread in it. No, I don't think that would even be possible. Even if I hoped for it too. But yeah, I have a couple extra of these just in case. Like, I was thinking that, you know, eventually I'd be able to get somebody to man this station as well. But still, it's, if you ever want to come here to grab your fancy general weapons and armor and stuff, because that's actually what the store is called, by the way. I forgot to mention that earlier. Is that, you know, you come up here and it's just like, hello, welcome to General Weapons. And this lady helps you out with the general, this person helps you out with the weapons, but together, it is the greatest of stores called General Weapons.
I don't suppose you could, you know, of course. Always happy to help a friend in need.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, they just say like, yes, I'll help you with your itch, and then They just kind of walk away. Oh, okay. But yes, let's go through the kitchen, because there's a whole lot more down here that I haven't even shown yet. But the kitchen as well, like, I thought that,
Love the vault.
yeah, free soda, in quotation marks, because still, whatever weird drugs they have in it. But it makes them happy, and that's all that they could ask for when you live in this vault 24/7, where it's always Christmas every day. It's the best of times. But also, yeah, they have a bit of corn and carrots.
It's delicious.
That's like all they have
I'm
for
just doing
food.
my
is
job.
that plus the soda fountains, but like, it just kind of works. I don't know. I love the way this all just kind of fits together in a very strange way. But yeah, this is, I don't even know what I want to call this area. Because this is almost like their study slash hallway art gallery hybrid of fun and stuff. Because like, they have their landing area. That's the way I was thinking of with this, because just like, if you hook all the computers up with one wire, then you can just have an amazing, like, let's see, what kind of games can even play on like a DOS-based system? Like, not a whole lot, but I mean, like, they're gonna have Zork. I think that's the game, well, that one name of that one game, so it's like, somehow you can have that as a LAN party, and it affects each other's games. I'm inventing a brand new game right here, and it's gonna be glorious. But, yeah, I really do like these overseer quarters kind of looking areas, because it does just, it looks fancy. That's why it's just like, you gotta have your art gallery in here. There's also another one of these just in case, because if you want a more private computer terminal experience. We have our collection of plastic pumpkins, because it's always a very nice thing to have for decorations, along with, oh no, Mr. Jangles the Moon Monkey. He's spazzing out just very slightly. Oh no. But yeah, they have a couple TVs right side by side. Like, this is really the ultimate entertainment area right here. Like, still, I don't know about you, but I'd love to live in this vault. It's just so nice. But I'm also just gonna close this door for the expert reveal. Now, there's also an extra bed here, because, I mean, if you don't want to be in the part of the party vault area where everybody just kind of, like, sleeps in the open and together, oh boy. Instead, you can just, like, have this one bed. I think it's even unfilled right now. Yeah, inside the art gallery. Personally, I think this would probably be my favorite one, but anyway. Let's go into this area, which you can kind of tell based off of these signs and this amazingly tongued mutant hound that... This is the bathroom. Also, I'm just gonna close the other side, because we have 4... Okay, well, actually, let's even just think of this again, because like, there's 4 doors to this bathroom, but also when you walk in, there's 3 toilets on that side, presumably for the men, and 3 toilets on this side for the women. It's, I mean, still, it's kind of the lack of privacy thing, but I mean, they all love it. They love to sit here and have dueling poops or something. Still, highly disturbing if this was ever like a layout for a bathroom, but like, especially since there's not even that much space between the toilets like that, so you're just like rubbing elbows with the person next to you, and it's just like, oh, okay. But also, oh yeah, surface never, vault forever. That's what happens when you're in this kind of place and you see these toilets. You just think, I gotta live here for the rest of my life. Especially when you have a Blast Radius board game right next to the toilets, just in case you get bored. You know, they didn't really have much. Like, I mean, I guess that you have Pip-Boys that you can use. Oh, I didn't mean to autosave there. No. But, like, they do have Pip-Boys that they could try to play games on, but, like, Blast Radius, that's the real thing to be doing when you're blasting in a toilet, you know? Anyway. I usually try to keep these doors kind of closed, or at least a little bit, because otherwise this is just like one massive hallway that goes straight through my vault, and it kind of looks a little bit weird, but I don't know. It just feels a bit more normal if you have the doors closed. But also at the same time, all things considered, you kind of have to walk through the bathroom to get through this hallway. So it's just like, if anybody's using any of these toilets and you're just like, oh, I gotta get from one area of the vault to the other, and then you just kind of like walk through the middle, like, oh, just not looking at anybody. Although if you look at your feet, you might accidentally look down at somebody anyway. You know, it's just kind of the one issue. I forgot about this. There's that I have both of the Vault Boy, Vault Girl kind of statues, but like hers is down there with her thumb between his legs. That's the way it works. But also, I have like a little exit hatch over here as well, just in case you need to come over here and just check out the North Sector sign, because it's very beautiful. It's also just like right outside the landing area and whatnot, but it's mostly just for like wiring. I always just like having extra like portholes go through and just figure out where you need to go. But still, like, we like to keep this vault nice and airy. If there was ever some sort of like cave collapse, it would be very horrific. But that being said, like, it's still a very pretty kind of idea for a vault anyway, because also then you can have things like a random flag that goes all the way from the bottom to the top here. But still, you're not meant to like kind of jump off here or anything. I think that's kind of another reason why these statues are here, just to kind of guide you. But you go through the bathroom and then down a set of stairs. And where and what is down here? Ah, it's my gun shop, which like I've tried to like collect and place all my stuff very nicely in here, because like, look at this display case. I got my recoil compensated cryolator in here and stuff like that, because still I collect a lot of things over the course of, well, Fallout, and I think that's kind of the idea, because when you can build your own vault, it's just awesome. Being able to have a nice proper place to store your collection in a nice fancy way, because like, look at that sword. And there's also like a Ghoul Slayer's Deathclaw Gauntlet. Because like most of the ones of my weapons in here, I tried to make sure that they were like legendary weapons, or at least something that looks cool, like the Saltron Blade. Because, you know, you gotta have something pretty to look at while you're going through here. Same with the Thirst Zapper. And also the campground banner on the background there. Still, it's just like, it's all the little details that make the biggest difference. Same with the fact that, like, you know, you can't go through here and actually go, if there's any sort of maintenance that we have to do on our breakers, we can just walk out here. But still, all that stuff is mostly to be stayed away from. Because, like, if you're just a regular vault person, you just kind of stay and hang out in here. But, yeah, we even have an armor rack, like, what do you call them? I don't know, he's just like some sort of fancy mannequin with my vault suit on. Yeah, this is even just a regular 88 vault suit. Just because, you know, you always want to have somebody at the shop just in case, to protect your pulse mines and nuke mines. Also, troubleshooters, switchblade, and mechanist stuff. Like, still, it's just so cool having all of this in one place. And to the point where, like, yeah, Resolute Gamma Gun, bloodied baseball bat, like, it just all kind of fits together so well. And also, Grognak's axe. It's just nice. I love it. Well, and also the fact that, like, everything's just so connected to the point where you have to walk through the gun shop in order to get to, I don't know, this is kind of like another, little, like, food area, maybe? Like, if you're, living here, you gotta come down here to have a nice getaway pizza party or something. But it's like one of those fancy restaurants where you have just a bunch of wacky things on the walls. That's kind of like my inspiration here, because you gotta have like a light, well, traffic lights going off. You have your broom and metal bucket in the corner just in case you needed to be doing some cleaning up. But yeah, it's just wacky things on the walls. And also, it's clearly a party with these drinking glasses and souvenir magnets and stuff. Oh, man. Well, and I'm also pretty proud of just, like, being able to, like, fit these Nuka cups and stuff like that on these little seats and benches, because it just, still, it adds to the atmosphere. But yeah, it's yet another slight art gallery, too, at the same time, because I was thinking, like, most art galleries usually have lights above the pictures, so yeah, let's have that kind of thing. This is another kind of entranceway. Yeah, because this is the other security desk, because I have security desks at very strategic locations throughout our facility here, and thought that like this is kind of the outer limit here, where you never know what could be coming through these caves. So we should probably have a security door set up here, and you know, you gotta have a teddy bear for good luck and a microscope, because if you have got nothing better to do during the day than when you're doing your security job, you gotta be studying our microbes that are in the soil or something. But also from this doorway here, we got this. This is kind of like a shrine to this evil teddy bear, including we have a comfy pillow, skull, and vodka, because this is all of the combination of items that you need to summon some sort of evil creature, or at least maybe even keep away and kind of like ward off the evil, maybe even. But we do actually have a few vault people that do actually like live and sleep down here, which also, by the way, if you ever see somebody go into this bed, it is right on top of a rock that kind of glitched and like phased through all of my stuff. So to get into the bed, you have to like kind of glitch and float. It's pretty good though. I like it. But also, speaking of just like evil, because we have this here, and then we have all this pre-war money on a table with a candle next to it, because like that in and of itself, it's like evil money or something, right? You just kind of go over here, and if you take any of the money, you get cursed. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, but Fallout and modern. Also, this little overseer desk, whoever wants to sit here can just have a paintbrush. It's pretty nice. But yeah, and then this kind of leads back to the weapons shop. But it's like a really nice little area down here. There's hardly any like vault people, so then like whenever I kind of like walk through this door, I always accidentally just get scared by this mannequin here, because it's just like walking from here and just going, oh, it's a nice calm area down here, and then all of a sudden, whoa, where'd you come from? But then I just realize, oh, it's not even a real person. But it's nice to just have that there for the hilarity of scaring myself. Also through this final door here, still it kind of leads to the danger zone, of course, with these glowing mole rats that sometimes like respawn and like attack you. So still another reason to have security guards down here just in case. But we also have a robot workbench and yet another scavenging station, because like still I just want to like eventually grow this thing into being still an even greater vault than it's the sum of its parts and stuff. Because also we even have a siren back here. Like this is the ultimate area where like, I mean, I should actually be making robots just for this specific vault to just like hang around. But, you know, it's still kind of like one of our back entrances of just like, oh no, there's bad things happening, activate the siren. And then everybody just kind of panics and hopefully survives the onslaught of mole rats and whatnot. But still, I'm actually really proud of this little area here, and especially just for having my display cases for my weapons, because Man, it's a lot of work sometimes being able to like set those things up properly and make it so that it doesn't like glitch out horribly or just like break in some sort of fashion. But like, yeah, also I forgot to mention while going by, like we don't really have any sort of like real lights inside the bathroom because I was thinking, you know, just for privacy purposes. But we do have a burning barrel kind of thing sitting here in the bathroom just to kind of like cover up the smell. If you just burn something like nice and like just put some incense in there or something, then it's just like, ah, it's not even that bad at all for this weird bathroom area. Also, maybe another thing to notice is that the toilets are all underneath a window. Like, still, nobody should ever be out there, but if you were, it's just like somebody's doing their maintenance rounds and it's just like, whoa, what's going on in the bathroom? But yeah, so that's most of this area then. But it's just like, I don't know, there's something about this vault that after all this time, it's just kind of, it's really grown on me, and I love the way that it all comes together in just such a perfect way. Because like, you know, like, why wouldn't you have a bit of an open area in your vault like this, so it doesn't feel as claustrophobic? You have your nice atrium kind of area, but you can even grow food for your entire civilization just based off of a little, like, patch of ground in the middle of the street. It just works so nice. That, and also I was gonna just mention this quickly. Oh, hello, sir. That must be the guy that actually works back here. But like, right above the overseer port, there's also a door that's just randomly here. It's the door to nowhere, but in the best kind of way, because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I always like those kind of stories where, like, you hear about buildings being built and stuff like that, and they're just like doors that you cannot actually get to, or like there's windows to a room that has no entrance kind of thing, and it's just like, oh man, I'm kind of stuck. Ugh. Oh no. See, this does happen sometimes. It's a little bit uncommon, but oh no. There we go. Save the day. As I was saying though before about things just being slightly misaligned sometimes, like, I don't know why there's this much space between this when, like, it works and lines up perfectly over on this side here. Like, I don't know, there shouldn't be that much disparity between the two, but apparently so. But yeah, it's just cool having all the railings set up too, because that was a real big pain, just getting the railings working properly too, because I mean, you can see things like this that happened. I don't know why, but weird things ahoy. But yeah, like, that's pretty much the this whole entirety of the vault area. But yeah, I just like that idea of just like poorly engineered, but in the best kind of poorly way. It's just doors you can't get to. There is, I think, at the University of Alberta, there's actually like a place where like one of the buildings might have even been the engineering building or something like that. Because there's one building that's like literally, that's like shaped like a dog or something really dumb that like makes no sense for like its layout, and there are places that you can't get into. But I mean, that's still, it's just the rumors, but that's what everybody at school always said back in the day. I'm surprised this open sign isn't really working in the way it's intended, though, unfortunately enough. But yeah, the overseer's at work, so I must leave this place and let them do their duties, because still, all things considered, oh, the happiness went down by 1 again. I wonder if it's because, like, I've just been hanging out too long in here, or if another person joined or something. I'm not even too sure, but I think I've done a pretty good job of this place, and just making it, still, it seemed familiar for a vault, but also just, like, absolutely ridiculous, and just, like, everybody's always just so happy and partying with their, slot machines over on the side there with their disco balls, but also just still the all of their free sodas. Oh man, Because, like, I really did choose, like, some of the best options for those quests of just, like, so do you want to spike their drinks with, like, LSD or something crazy? Or do you want to just, like, give them just plain old water? No, I think I'm going to spike it. Just because I want to see what happens. You know, like, they didn't actually say any sort of, like, drug or anything, but I mean, they clearly have something if they are saying, like, this tastes like rainbows. I see things now. Oh, boy. Craziness. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing this, this vault, if nothing else, but there's more on the tour. So, where should I go to next?